Welcome to our educational channel. We build a foundation of various subjects, and with this strong foundation, we turn a beginners to the pro level. Currently, you are enjoying journey of Python with me. When we complete this series, you become a professional Python programmer. So let us start with the today's session. In this video, we will see user-defined function. If you search the definition of the function from Google, YouTube, and any other resources, you will get confused. Be with me. I will remove the confusion and tell you what is the function. It is very simple concept. A function is a single line of code which represents a long program, a very long program. A thousands of lines program we represent by a single line. That means we just give a name to a large program. And whenever we require that program, we call it by that. It is just like a variable. On the screen, a program is running. Concentrate on it. It is a long program and you have used it, but you don't know. Every beginner, the first day of the Python course start with this big program. So what is this program? This program is for built-in functions in the Python. From these you are familiar with the print function. Yes, print is a function. Then next, a type. The type will return you a data type. Third one, ID, which gives you a memory location. I will give you a demonstration. Let us go to the spider and type print hello. Here we call the function print and gives value hello to it. Then what happens? It leaves the program. Remember, the Python leaves the program when it finds a function. Here the print is a built-in function, so it will search the built-in function, a big program which will run on the background, and identifies the function print and hand over the value hello to it. The program will get executed and the message hello is displayed on the screen. But we don't know this program. This is the beauty of the function. It hides the complexity from the user. Otherwise things becomes very complicated. The learning is very easy for you because of these functions. We will see the next example. The function is ID. We'll write down a is equal to 10. Here we are assigning value a is equal to 10. Next line, b is equal to id of a, and last line, print into bracket b. See here. Here you are using two functions, id and print. But id is assigned to a variable and the print is not assigned to a variable. Please remember this thing. This is very important. When we run this program, what will happen? Whenever the program encounters the word ID, it identifies that this is the function, it gives the value 10 to it and interprets at ID of 10 and goes in the built-in program. In the background it will run and return the value. Then we again come to our own code and to the b we assign this value. So here this long code we are represented by a simple line or simple word ID and we are passing value 10 to it, or we are giving the value 10 to it and come with the new value, that is the memory address. The next, the print statement, again it will go to the built-in function. A big program will run on the background and you will get the output on the screen, that is the memory address. It is like cow. We feed a grass to the cow and cow gives milk to you. A number of things, a number of biological phenomena happens and the grass gets converted into a milk. But we don't know. This is a function. Let us go deep into the function ID. On the screen, you can see in the red rectangle a big line of code, and from the left hand arrow, it gives the input a is equal to 10 to the function. Then the program goes along with the value 10 to the built-in function. The program will get run and it will return the output. So this large code we can represent by a single word ID. So for the function ID, we are given the input and we are getting the output. So here we are giving the input and we are getting the output. Hence, in our language, we can write it as output is equal to ID into bracket input, just like y is equal to fx in mathematics. But Python does not know the things. We will write down in the Python language the same thing, output is equal to function name into input. All the Python functions start with the keyword def, that is for define. Remember, def is a keyword. With this keyword, Python understood that it is a function. It is followed by the function name. In this case, it is ID, followed by a parenthesis. Within the parenthesis, there is some variable, and after that there is a colon. And you know that when there is a colon, you have to press enter. When you press the enter, concentrate on the cursor on the next line. The cursor will not go to the beginning. It will keep the 4 white spaces and then it starts writing. See here. From here you can write down your program. Every time you enter, there will be a 4 blank white spaces. In this way, you can write down your program. These are the 2 lines of code that we have written. From these line of code, we will get some value, and this value will assign to variable output. Output is equal to some value. Now we have to tell again the Python that you return this value. So for this purpose, again there is a keyword return, output. This function we can separate in three rectangles which are shown on the screen. The top one is called as function header. The left one it is called as indentation, and the last one, the bigger one, is a function body where we write down the actual code. Let us see what is function header. Function header is the first line, and that is very important. In this first line, the def is a keyword, id is the name of the function. You have to write down a parenthesis. Within the parenthesis, there may be some variable or it may be empty, it doesn't matter. But there should be a parenthesis followed by a colon. Then indentation, it is the 4 white spaces that is kept on each line. As long as there are 4 white spaces, you are in the function. And the last one is the function body. That is the important thing. This is the program that is running behind the scene, or this is the program which converts the grass into a milk. When we complete the code, the bottom 2 lines are important. Write output is equal to whatever the values that you have obtained from above line of code, and then return a keyword that you have to write down that is equal to output. So we write down return output. There is one announcement. Some of the viewers communicated me through social media and insisted to include some MCQ type questions which is asked in the placement interview and also in the competitive examinations. Hence, there will be a link in the description box. Please click the link and test your knowledge. So let us write a simple function. The name of the function is a square which takes a number as the input and returns a square. Just like we solve a mathematical problem, in the same way, first gather the what is data provided to you for writing the function. Here the name of the function is square. Input, it is a single number and the output is the square of the number. In the beginning stage, it is very helpful to draw a function diagram where you draw a box, label it as a function name. Here it is square. Then there will be an input on the left hand side and output on the right hand side. For the input, we have to use one number. For this number, we have to use a variable. We call it as num. And for the output, we give the name out. Let us write the code. We begin with the def keyword. After def, we write down sq, that is name of the function. Then within the parenthesis, we write down num, and after that a colon. After enter, we write down the output is equal to num into num. Now see here, for the first header line, you need the name of the function and the input. The black box square, it is a code which gives the output. Then final word, return the output. This completes the program. The program always gets executed from top to bottom in the Python. In the editor at the beginning we have written def, so it will start working from top to bottom. When we complete the word return, we go to the next line at the beginning, exactly below def. And here we can continue writing the code. Here we will call the function. The function is returning the value, so we'll assign this value to variable a and write down a is equal to sq, that is the name of the function, 10, that is the value for the num. And finally the function print into bracket e. When we run this program, you will get the output on the console window, and the output you can observe here, you will get the value 100. But how the things work in the Python? In the Python, the program gets executed from top to bottom. It starts from the first line and continues. But when it encounters the word def, it knows it is a function, so it just stores the definition of the function and keep with it. The things will not get executed over here. The execution starts when the function block is completed. A is equal to sq into bracket 10. How this line will get executed? The execution I am writing on the right hand side. So now this line will get executed. A is equal to. After that, what is sq? sq means Python knows it is a function defined in the program. So it will go to that function, but it will not go alone. It goes with the value 10. See here, the program goes to the function. The program travels from bottom to top. And the first header line of the function gets executed. And here, the num variable will get the value 10. Who has given this value 10? It is given when we call the function. Then the next line of the code will get executed. Output is equal to num into num. That means 10 into 10. So output will contain the value 100. The next line is the return output. So it will be read as return 10. So now we have come to the function, and it is time to go back to our program with the value 100. So now it will interpret it as a is equal to sq 10. That means a is equal to 100. So in this way the program runs. Next is a print statement. print 100. Now what happened? Again it is a function, but this is the built-in function. So the program goes and execute this function. It is in the background and the value gets printed on the screen. This is the way the function will work. In this part, we have seen the definition of a function. Function is a single line of code which represents a big program. Then next, we have seen the built-in functions print, id and type. We have seen how these functions get executed on the background. And then we have written one simple function which finds the square of the number. And finally we call this function and prints the value. So in this way we have run our first simple program. Remember, all the complicated programs behave in the same way. Instead of output is equal to num star num, which is single line, there may be a thousands of lines, it doesn't matter. The syntax will remain as it is. In the next video, we will see what are the different types of functions. Please subscribe the channel and click the bell icon so that you will receive whenever the new video is uploaded on the YouTube. Be the first to receive the video, to write your comment.